Jennifer Lopez is single again, and after everything she's been through, fans are starting to ask a tough question. Should J.Lo ever
live my life very out loud, even though I was in the public eye. And I wanted to share my life with someone.
Right.
I want some.
1 second. That's all it took for an entire arena to hold its breath. During a packed night at her Las Vegas residency, Jennifer Lopez was in the middle of delivering one of her biggest hits when something suddenly went wrong. As the music blasted and the crowd cheered, she kicked her leg into the air as part of the choreography, then suddenly lost her footing. For a split second, it looked like the global superstar might crash hard onto the stage in front of thousands of fans. The audience gasped. Phones kept recording. And online, people watching the clip later would replay that exact moment again and again. But what happened next is exactly why Jennifer Lopez has remained one of the most unstoppable performers in entertainment for decades. Instead of freezing or panicking, she recovered almost instantly, turning what could have been a humiliating fall into a moment that fans are now calling pure professionalism. Within hours, the clip began circulating across social media, with viewers amazed at how smoothly she handled the situation. One fan captioned the viral video perfectly. "No one recovers from a trip quite like J.Lo." Yet the near fall wasn't the only reason people were talking about her that week. Behind the glittering costumes, sold-out shows, and high-energy choreography, Jennifer Lopez has been going through a surprisingly emotional chapter of her life. Just days before the incident, she shocked fans during another performance by openly talking about her divorces and hinting at the painful experiences that shaped her. Because while the crowd only saw a brief stumble, the real story behind Jennifer Lopez's Las Vegas residency and everything happening in her life right now is far more dramatic than that single moment on stage. And what happened during that performance was only the beginning. The night started like any other electric performance in Jennifer Lopez's Las Vegas residency. The theater at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace was packed with fans who had come to see one of pop culture's most iconic performers light up the stage. From the moment the music started, the energy in the room was intense. Flashing lights, powerful choreography, and a roaring crowd created the kind of atmosphere only a veteran performer like Jennifer Lopez knows how to command. Midway through the show, the beat for her global dance anthem "On the Floor" dropped, and the crowd erupted. It's one of the most recognizable songs in her catalog, and the choreography that goes with it is fast, energetic, and packed with sharp movements. Lopez moved across the stage with the confidence fans have come to expect, surrounded by backup dancers as the lights flashed in rhythm with the music. Then suddenly, something unexpected happened. During one of the high-energy moves, Lopez kicked her leg upward as part of the routine. But as she stepped forward, her footing slipped. For a split second, her balance looked completely off. The moment was so quick that many fans didn't even realize what was happening until the entire crowd gasped at once. For that brief moment, it looked like the superstar might fall hard on the stage. Phones in the audience kept recording, capturing the tense second when the performance nearly went off the rails. But instead of crashing to the floor or stopping the show, Lopez did something that instantly reminded everyone why she's been performing at the highest level for decades. She caught herself. Almost effortlessly, she shifted her balance, regained control, and kept moving with the choreography, as if the stumble had been part of the routine all along. The music never stopped. The dancers stayed in formation, and Lopez continued singing and dancing without missing a single beat. From the audience's perspective, it felt like the entire moment lasted only a heartbeat. But for fans watching the video later, that near fall became the highlight of the night. What could have been an embarrassing onstage accident instead turned into a masterclass in stage professionalism. The crowd quickly erupted into cheers, impressed by how smoothly she recovered from the unexpected misstep. And while the show continued like nothing had happened, the cameras in the crowd had already captured the moment that would soon explode across social media. But once that clip started spreading online, the reaction from fans was even bigger than anyone expected. Within hours of the performance, the near-fall moment began spreading everywhere online. A short clip recorded by a fan quickly made its way across Instagram and fan pages dedicated to Jennifer Lopez. The video showed the exact second when her foot slipped during the choreography for "On the Floor," and more importantly, the split-second recovery that followed. One fan who originally shared the video added a caption that instantly caught attention. "No one recovers from a trip quite like J.Lo." And judging by the reaction online, thousands of people seem to agree. The clip started getting reposted across multiple platforms, with viewers replaying the moment over and over. Some fans said they barely noticed the stumble while watching the show live because Lopez handled it so smoothly. Others pointed out that the way she caught herself and kept performing actually made the moment even more impressive than if nothing had happened at all. In the comments, people praised her professionalism. Many pointed out that performing a residency night after night involves intense choreography, heavy costumes, and constant pressure to deliver flawless shows. Yet, even when something unexpected happened, Lopez managed to stay completely in control. Some viewers even joked that the recovery itself looked like it had been planned. Others called it proof that decades of performing had given her the kind of stage instincts only true veterans possess. And the timing of the viral clip made the moment even more interesting. At the time of the incident, Lopez was deep into her high-energy Las Vegas residency at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace, performing demanding routines several nights a week. The shows are packed with elaborate costumes, complicated dance numbers, and non-stop movement from beginning to end. For most performers, a slip like that could easily throw off the entire routine. But Lopez didn't even pause long enough for the band or the dancers to notice. The moment quickly turned into a reminder of why she's still considered one of the most disciplined performers in entertainment. Fans online began praising not just the recovery, but the stamina and dedication required to perform at that level after decades in the spotlight. But while the internet was busy celebrating the viral moment, there was another reason people had been talking about Bennifer Lopez that week. Because just days before the stumble on stage, she had revealed something surprisingly personal during another performance, and it caught many fans completely off guard. Behind the viral moment and the quick recovery on stage, there's a much bigger story surrounding Bennifer Lopez right now. Her performances in Las Vegas aren't just regular concerts. They're part of a massive residency that demands near perfection every single night. The show, titled Up All Night Live, officially launched in December at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace. From the very first night, expectations were incredibly high. Las Vegas residencies have become one of the biggest stages in entertainment, where only the most established global stars are invited to perform extended runs for thousands of fans. For Lopez, the residency isn't just another tour stop. It's designed as a celebration of her entire career. Decades of hit songs, iconic dance routines, and unforgettable moments that turned her into one of the most recognizable entertainers in the world. Each night, the show is packed with elaborate production, massive LED screens, dazzling lighting effects, and a full team of dancers surround her on stage. Costume changes happen rapidly, with Lopez appearing in glittering bodysuits, dramatic stage outfits, and high-fashion performance looks throughout the show. And the choreography itself is intense. Many of the routines include fast footwork, sharp turns, and high-energy movements that demand serious stamina. Songs like On the Floor push the pace even further, with explosive dance sequences designed to keep the crowd on their feet. That's why performing a residency like this can be far more demanding than most people realize. Unlike a traditional tour where artists move between cities with breaks in between, residency performers often take the stage multiple nights a week in the same venue. That means repeating, physically demanding routines over and over, sometimes with very little time to recover between shows. Fans come expecting a flawless performance every single night, and Lopez knows that better than anyone. For more than 3 decades, she has built a reputation for delivering high-energy shows that combine music, dance, and theatrical spectacle all at once. But while the residency highlights her incredible work ethic and stage presence, it's also happening during a period when her personal life has been under intense public attention. Behind the glamorous lights of Las Vegas, headlines about her relationships and past marriages have been circulating again. In fact, during one recent show, Lopez surprised the audience by bringing up her own divorce history right there on stage. At first, it sounded like a joke, but the way she said it revealed that there might be much more emotion behind the laughter. Just days before the onstage stumble, Bennifer Lopez had already surprised fans during another night of her residency at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace. In the middle of the show, while talking casually with the audience, she suddenly brought up something deeply personal, her history with divorce. At first, the moment sounded like a lighthearted joke. While speaking to the crowd, Lopez smiled and said, "After my 3rd divorce, that's when I started getting good at it." The comment immediately sparked laughter from the audience, with many fans assuming she was simply poking fun at her own complicated relationship history. But almost as quickly as the joke landed, Lopez shifted the tone. She paused and admitted that the experience wasn't actually funny at all. In a more serious moment, she explained that those periods in her life had been incredibly difficult. The crowd could sense the change in emotion, and suddenly the conversation felt much more personal than a typical stage interaction. Moments like this aren't very common during large residency shows, where the focus is usually on music, choreography, but Lopez seemed comfortable opening up to the audience, almost like she was speaking to thousands of friends rather than fans watching a global superstar. For many people in the crowd, it was a rare glimpse into the emotional side of someone who has spent decades living under a constant spotlight. And of course, Lopez's relationship history has always been a major topic in the media. Over the years, her marriages and breakups have often made headlines, sometimes overshadowing the success of her music and acting career. Still, hearing her talk about it directly, especially in the middle of a glamorous Las Vegas performance, caught many fans completely off guard. The moment reminded people that behind the dazzling stage presence is someone who has faced her fair share of personal challenges. And to understand why that one sentence resonated so much with fans, you have to look back at the long and complicated relationship journey that Jennifer Lopez has experienced over the years. Jennifer Lopez's love life has always fascinated the public, and it's easy to see why. Over the decades, her relationships have been high-profile, dramatic, and often in the spotlight almost as much as her music and acting career. Each chapter has shaped the person she is today, and fans watching her on stage can't help but feel the history behind her words. Her first marriage came early in her career, to Ojani Noah in 1997. The union lasted only a year, ending in 1998, but it marked her first public experience with marriage and divorce. Not long after, she tied the knot with choreographer Chris Judd in 2001. That relationship was even shorter, just 9 months. But again, it placed Lopez's personal life under the media microscope, teaching her early lessons about love, fame, and public scrutiny. The relationship that truly captured the world's attention came in 2004 when she married singer Mark Anthony. Their marriage lasted a decade, and during that time they became one of Hollywood's most iconic couples. Together, they welcomed twins Max and Emmy, now 18 years old, balancing parenthood with their demanding careers. Despite the love and family they built, the marriage ended in 2014, a decision that drew widespread media coverage and left fans reflecting on the challenges Lopez had faced in her personal life. Years later, fans watched another high-profile chapter unfold with actor Ben Affleck. Their romance originally began in 2002, and the pair even got engaged in 2003, quickly earning the nickname Bennifer from the media. But the engagement ended in 2004, a breakup that became one of the most talked-about Hollywood stories of the early 2000s. Nearly 2 decades later, Lopez and Affleck reunited, and in 2022, they finally walked down the aisle. It seemed like a Hollywood fairy tale, a second chance at a love story that had captured fans' imaginations for years. Yet, just 2 years later, Lopez filed for divorce in August 2024, reminding everyone that even the most glamorous relationships can face their own struggles behind closed doors. Through all these chapters, Jennifer Lopez has managed to maintain her status as a global superstar. Each relationship, each heartbreak, and each reunion has shaped not only her personal life, but also the resilience and strength she brings to the stage. And it's this history, full of highs, lows, and public scrutiny, that makes moments like her recent Las Vegas stumble feel even more symbolic. Because while she may trip on stage, her life story shows a woman who has learned to keep moving forward, no matter the obstacles. Just as fans were celebrating the return of Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck to the aisle in 2022, life had other plans behind the scenes. In August 2024, Lopez officially filed for divorce, ending what many had hoped would be her long-awaited Hollywood fairy tale. The announcement shocked fans and reignited conversations about the complexities of her personal life. Reports claim that the couple's high-profile lifestyles and relentless public scrutiny contributed to the strain. For Lopez, managing her Las Vegas residency, a demanding career, and personal responsibilities, including parenting and navigating a very public relationship, meant that the pressures were constant and unavoidable. For Affleck, juggling his own career and public attention added another layer of difficulty. While neither star has disclosed all the private details, fans quickly took to social media to speculate about what went wrong. Rumors suggested disagreements over lifestyle, time commitments, and even personal priorities. Others simply admired the couple for trying to make it work in such an unforgiving spotlight. What remained clear, however, was that the divorce marked another turning point in Lopez's personal life. one that added emotional weight to her performances on stage. Even in the midst of this personal turmoil, Lopez has refused to let it slow her down professionally. Her Las Vegas residency continues night after night, delivering high-energy performances, flawless choreography, and dazzling vocals. Proof that she can maintain her superstar status even while navigating heartbreak and public scrutiny. The near fall during her March 13th performance takes on a new significance when seen in this context. It's more than just a physical stumble. It feels symbolic of the challenges she's faced off stage, yet the way she recovered so gracefully demonstrates the resilience that has defined her career. And while fans may never know the full details behind the divorce filing, one thing is certain. Bennifer Lopez is showing the world that no matter what life throws her way, personal setbacks, heartbreak, or public pressure, she can still perform, shine, and inspire millions around the globe. The near fall on stage was more than just a dramatic moment caught on camera. It was a reminder of why Bennifer Lopez remains one of the most enduring and respected performers in the world. In front of thousands of fans at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace, she faced a split-second stumble that could have thrown off her entire performance. Yet instead of freezing or showing even a hint of panic, she recovered instantly, continued dancing, and delivered her song flawlessly. That single moment captured everything people have admired about Lopez for decades: her dedication, professionalism, and ability to rise above challenges, on stage and off. The fall became a symbol, not of weakness, but of resilience. Even after decades in the spotlight, personal heartbreaks, and the pressures of a demanding career, she proved that nothing can stop her from giving her fans a show they'll never forget. Fans and viewers across social media couldn't help but celebrate the moment. Clips were replayed, captions praised her poise, and conversations about her skill and stamina dominated comment sections. But beyond the viral reaction, the incident reminded everyone watching that Lopez's career has been built on more than just talent. It's her relentless work ethic, her unshakable confidence, and her ability to turn even potentially embarrassing moments into opportunities to shine. From early marriages to high-profile relationships, from her decade with Mark Anthony to the reunion and split with Ben Affleck, Lopez has faced personal challenges that could have derailed someone less determined. Yet here she is, commanding the stage night after night, showing the world that even when life, or a tricky stage move, throws her off balance, she knows exactly how to recover. In the end, the stumble on March 13th wasn't a setback, it was a testament. Bennifer Lopez didn't just avoid a fall, she proved, once again, why she is still a superstar, why audiences keep flocking to see her, and why no matter what happens, she will always find a way to keep moving forward, dazzling the world one performance at a time. Her story isn't just about music or dance. It's about resilience, strength, and the relentless pursuit of excellence, even when the lights are brightest and the world is watching. And that is what makes Bennifer Lopez truly unforgettable.